Almost everything. So I helped Dr. Hendrik and Dr. Tamashiro, who happens to be my husband, have this Blue Zone Health Solutions to help the people that are have pains in their joints. We're not about beauty because the beauty is within. I believe that the beautiful people can only last so long. But when you are healthy, you will be always beautiful. And we started this February 15 when we did our how the blessing here. Now today is our open house, and we're so blessed that our great friend Joey Albert is going to entertain us. So I'd like you to learn what truly the stem cells is all about. Is this good for me? Is this good for what I need? So without further ado, I'm going to ask Dr. Victor Tamashiro to please introduce himself, and then he will show a video, I believe, what the stem cell is. So let's give a round of applause to Dr. Victor Tamashiro.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for taking time on this Sunday to come over here and listen to a I would say boring topic. but I know your motivation to come today, and it's not me, it's Joey. So, but I'm gonna steal a little bit of your time and talk to you about myself and Blue Zone Health Solutions. And I'm of Japanese descent, born in Peru, and I got my medical degree in Cayetano Heredia, Peruvian University, in the beautiful city of Lima. And that university is the only one that is accredited here in the U.S. For credits in the medical field. So I'm very proud to belong to that institution. So I got into the U.S. With an F1 visa because I got an invitation from Johns Hopkins Neurology Department. At that time, they were investigating measles, virus infection in the brain, and I just happened to be working on measles research in Peru for my thesis. And so we collaborated for a couple of years, and then they extended me an invitation to come and continue my training over there. So I did that, and after that I got my green card with through collaboration with Dr. William Toish at Martin Luther King Hospital here in California.
Yeah. Good afternoon, guys. Just to start, can I please call Pastor Allen to bless this day and our food?
All right. Let's all pray. No matter where your faith is, the important thing is you believe in a greater being, a creator of heaven and earth, our God, right? That's what brings us all together. It doesn't matter, where we're all coming from. Okay, if you guys don't mind, let's close our eyes and just be in the spirit of prayer right now. Lord, we thank you for this amazing day. Thank you for the weather. Thank you for this day. Thank you for family. Thank you for friends, Lord. Thank you for the gift of life that we're enjoying right now. I pray, Lord, that you would continue to bless this day, this thing that we're going to have, especially with Joey Albert being here and singing for us, and Dr. Taka and Dr. Hendrik and Faith, and everybody is invited today. Thank you. I pray, God, that you will be in the center of everything that we will do. For we know that this may be a business, but at the same time, this is also going to be helping a lot of people who are in need in terms of their health and physical needs. So God, in the name of Jesus. God, take control of everything. I pray that you would bless even the food that we're sharing today, oh God. And at the end of the day, Lord, may your name be glorified. May we continue to connect with each other. Allow us, Lord, to have more friends as we come out of this gathering today, oh God. And we offer you everything. You are the author of life. You are the author of this stem cell, oh God, the Blue Zone Health Solutions, oh God. And nothing is impossible with you. And today, Lord, we will give you all the credit. We will not touch anything that belongs to you as we give you praise and honor in Jesus' name. And everybody says, Amen. Amen. What an ending.
We're not live. It's working now.
Okay. So I got my green card through a collaboration that I made with Dr. William Toish in Martin Luther King Hospital. He was studying surfactant way back in the mid-'80s. And I just happened to be there at the right time and help him increase the yield of surfactant, which is a molecule, is a compound that helps very premature neonates to expand their lungs and to keep it expanded. So now that medication is widely used. So I'm really happy to have participated on that. And so I am a pediatrician by trade, and I specialize in asthma. And I always like to be at the edge of the unknown in the medical field. And when stem cells and exosomes and PRP started coming to the forefront, my interest peaked, and I just started talking to people, and one of them was our partner, Dr. Scott Faulkner. He has 6 years experience and has been doing stem cell for that long with hundreds of patients under his belt. So his experience inspired me to do this more in depth, and then I had the fortune to find Dr. Henrik McAlintal, and so we put our brains together and invited Dr. Faulkner to be our partner, and that's the way Blue Zone was created. Now, why the name of Blue Zone? I have Okinawan ancestry, and as you might know, Okinawa is one place in Earth where there is a disproportionate number of super centenarians. And that, along with Sardinia in Italy, there is a town in Costa Rica, and also here in Loma Linda. Yes, Loma Linda. So for some reason, there is a disproportionate amount of supercentenarians in that area. So that was an inspiration for me to get that name into this business, because our mission is to improve the lives of everybody, especially adults and people who are in their 60s, 70s, who has ailments of different types. And so we try to make this service available to anyone, and to in an affordable manner as well. Yeah. So I wanted to have Dr. McAlintal to also have a few words here. He is he is the one of our partners, and oh, Mike. Okay, next time.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for coming. I know every time is very important, so I really appreciate the coming here and joining us. Well, first, I would like to give you a brief background of what I do. Again, my name is Dr. Henrik. I get my doctoral degree from Boston University. I own a rehabilitation clinic focused on aquatic therapy. In LA County, there's only about 15 rehabilitation clinics with aquatic therapy. I own 2 of them. Most of the people that we have usually are after surgery patients, back, hip, knee surgery. Great majority of them age from 55 to 75. The reason why I tell that, a lot of those people, every time I did some assessment, their stories are heartbreaking because they are looking forward for their retirement, for them to enjoy their fruits of their labor. They want to travel, they want to enjoy sports, they want to go be with their family, enjoy their grandkids. But unfortunately, they cannot, simple walking, they're having problem. Back pain even when sleeping. Waking up in the middle of the night in pain. Despite taking a lot of medication, surgery, they are scared of surgery, and some of them already have surgery still with pain about the same level as before. So, I'm really in search that, something could be done. And it's not that surgery is always the last option, because I always see when people have surgery is always last recourse. It's not a guarantee that you will be okay. With the anesthesia, when you get put into anesthesia, it's only the God, our innate healing capability, that hopefully we will wake up. Okay? So, just tell you some story. I have one patient, to my surprise, that told me that he had a stem cell. And I said, well, that's good. Where did you have it? I said, I have it in Europe. She has a shoulder pain, not able to raise her arm, just about this. And we've been trying to do everything. It's not we are a bad clinic. She'd been to several clinics. I was her last stop before she tried the stem cell. To my surprise, after she had the stem cell, she was able to raise her arm. That triggers me to researching more about stem cell. So what are stem cells? Stem cells, we have that in our body. So if we think about, how we are created, we start with the egg cell and sperm cell. So with the fertilization, those cells multiply from 2 to 4 to 8 to 16. Then after the 32, it becomes a differentiation. So after that time, the God created us super, perfect. That they bless us, the God bless us with a lot of mesenchymal cells, stem cells in our body. Those are in great abundance, babies and their mother. Eventually, as we get older, those stem cells diminish as we age in vitality and numbers. That starts that begin after 40 years old. Okay? So that's why we start to feel the pain, a little bit of slowness at the age of 40. The peak number of those mesenchymal cells is from 24 to 28. That's why those athletes, that is their peak ability to perform, 24 to 28. Now, just to give you an example, to cut this short, people who suffered leukemia, it's a cancer of the blood. Unfortunately, a lot of people are suffering from it. Common treatment, chemotherapy, radiation therapy. What it does, it destroys even the bone marrows that produce the white blood cells. That is the main problem of the leukemia, formation of the white blood cells. Now, when you have that condition, the radiation and chemotherapy destroys those bone marrows. So you need a bone marrow transplant. Unfortunately, the transplant needs to perfectly match for you, or your body will reject it. Even if you get the perfect match, you still need to take an immunosuppressive drugs, enable for your body not to reject it. Now, the good thing, stem cell is an FDA-approved treatment for leukemia. What it does, it stimulates those bone marrows and kills those cancer cells without the need for bone marrow transplant, without the need to destroy those good cells in our body. But is it the common route that the medical system are using? No. They always go for the chemotherapy, radiation therapy, and other things. Unfortunately, that's how it is. But it could be better. Great majority, the one that I see, we see some people who are looking a lot younger than what they age. Well, it's just my theory, but sometimes, I'm always wrong, according to my wife. So, my theory is usually when people that looking young, able to perform more, their mesenchymal cells are more predominant at their age. Okay. With blue zones, what we do is we do the umbilical cord. Stem cells, there's a lot of different stem cells. First, from adipose, from bone marrow, and from umbilical cord. There's a lot. But the best one that you can find is from the umbilical cord. It's specifically from the middle of the cord. It's called the Wharton jelly. There's a lot of people, they will tell you, stem cells, I got 50 million. I got 30 million stem cells. What more important is the mesenchymal cells, right, Doc? Yeah. Come here, Doc. Let's.
Yeah, I have something to say about
Yeah.
it because a lot of people can say, "Oh gosh, I received 30, 50 million cells." The thing is, we have to compare apples to apples. First, we need to know what the origin of the cell is. Is it coming from the umbilical cord? Is it coming from adipose tissue? Is it coming from the blood? Is it coming from the blood of the umbilical cell, of the umbilical cord? So all those things make a difference. Now, the other thing is also the number of cells usually correlates to the number of passages or expansions those cells were submitted to initially. Let's say we get a newborn baby, we get the blood out of the umbilical cord, we have 100,000 stem cells there. So that is not millions of cells, so that needs to be passed. You need to be put in a petri dish and reproduced. So one doubling, when the cells reproduce or go through mitosis, that instance is called a passage. So the next one is another passage. So in this case, no stem cell treatment is without passing. At least they have few passages, and then with the umbilical cord, the one that we use, it has about 5 to 6 passages. But and here's the problem: when you go to a stem cell lab, let's say out of the country, you don't know first what type of cells you're using, how many passages they had. Sometimes they go through 20 to 27 passages. And the problem with that is with each passage, the cells decreases in potency, decreases in dynamism, and also the chances of becoming malignant also goes up. Okay, so you can hear people say, "Oh, I got the treatment for 4,000, 3,500, and I got 50 million cells." Okay, so we have to ask, are we comparing apples to apples? That's the message.
Yeah, that's good, Doc. So, yeah, those cells, sometimes they will tell you, hey, I got 50 million, but how many times they reproduce it? So like what Dr. Taka said, every time it gets reproduced, it has some, especially if it passes more than 12 passes. That's usually when it starts to have a problem. But most importantly is where the stem cell are coming from, and if it coming from an FDA-approved facility. In other countries like like in Mexico, they are not governed by a FDA regulation. The one that they're the facilities. Here in the United States, we are heavily regulated the manufacturing of those biologics. So it needs to go through a process that the facility needs to be FDA approved or credentialed. Now, talk about complication and what's the problem with the stem cell. Generally, stem cells they have two kinds. One is embryonic, and the other one is adult stem cell. Embryonic is the one coming from the fetus, which becomes very controversial. Because imagine taking a life of a person and able to give a life for another is not really ethical. And it's not, comfortable, just to think about it. Embryonic stem cell, first, it has a lot of potential for the body to reject. First, because when it gets introduced to the body, our body does not recognize it as your own, so they attack it's called not immunoprivilege. So you need to have an immunosuppressive drugs enabled for your body not to reject that. So it has a tendency to become teratogenic, like some tumors. So they don't use that anymore. In the early days, that's what they studies. But as the studies for stem cell evolve, more research, more findings, they find the better solution. They used the bone marrow, they use the adipose, and now they are using umbilical cord. Umbilical cord, by the way, is an adult stem cell. So don't confuse it because it's coming from the baby that are being, the placenta or the spinal cord, the umbilical cord has been donated. That is classified as adult stem cell. And by the way, not all the umbilical cord that are donated were used to be a stem cell. They will have to be a process. Out of 100 stem cells that being donated or umbilical cord being donated, maybe less than 10% is being used as a stem cell. Now, the good thing about the adult stem cell, it does not have what they call the HLA, human leukocyte antigen. That particular antigen is the one our body recognizes as a foreign material. So the adult stem cell is classified as immunoprivileged. So it doesn't attack by our own defense mechanism. So the good thing about that, it has the mesenchymal cells, it has the ability to repair, to renew, and to regenerate other blood vessels, bone, tissues, It has a lot of healing capabilities. Okay, Doc, I want you to discuss more about that.
Sure. Yeah, what is called the mesenchymal stem cells is the important part of the all nucleated cells that are harvested from either from the umbilical cord, blood, or the Wharton jelly. So those are the active stem cells that is going to reproduce or become tissues like cartilage or tendons, for example, in cases of arthritis. So the use of stem cells has been, I would say, been expanded over time. Initially was used for arthritis or for inflammation, but now there is more application that is found. The stem cell has been found to be effective, and there is increasing evidence that stem cells are effective against diabetes, in cases of Alzheimer, in cases of autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis or lupus. So the applications are, varied, and the success rate still is something that is going to be determined over time. The fact is, there is a stem cell treatment is not FDA approved therapy yet, and the reason for that is because I would say the protocols that is being used to study the effects of the stem cells in different tissues is very diversified. We have different sources of stem cells, we have different dosages of stem cells, we have different passages of stem cells, so it's very difficult to create a randomized controlled studies with stem cells because of those factors, especially if we need to gather 100, 200 patients of the same disease and treat it the same way. So, as with anything in medicine, there should be there is a starting point, and then experience and trials needs to be made over time. But the safety profile that has been found with umbilical cord stem cells is remarkable. I would say the main advantages of using umbilical cord is related mostly to effectiveness, because it comes from tissue that is a young tissue, and number two, the availability is wider, because we have different donors that we can get the stem cell from. The difference in using bone marrow or adipose tissue stem cells is that even though it has no issue of rejection, the problem is the age of the donor. The younger, the better. The older, the less active the cells are going to be. Now, one thing is that that has been found is that the bioavailability of the stem cells is higher during around the time when the baby is born. Then, let's say we have, for argument's sake, 1 million cells active at that time, just to say a number. When the same type of samples are taken from a teenager, the bioavailability of those drops from 1 million to 10,000. Just during the teenage time. And then when you become an adult, 30, 40 years, then that bioavailability is going to even decrease more. So when you have your liposuction and then have the stem cells harvested from there, that is going to carry the potency of your own age. Same thing, by the same token is the bone marrow. So, as Dr. Hendrick mentioned, the low immunogenicity of the stem cells makes a preferred source of treatment at this point with the stem cells, and we can use that stem cells together with exosomes and PRP, which is the platelet-rich plasma. I don't know if any of you are familiar with exosomes? No? A little bit? Okay. Yeah. Any cell in the body produces exosomes. Any cells, okay? All of them. And the thing is, the exosome carries little material that comes from within the cell. It buds out and goes into the bloodstream or to the medium where the cells are. Those little vesicles travels and then attaches to the next cell and introduce the material that has been in that globule, in that vesicle. So that carries anti-inflammatory compounds, carries genetic material, mRNA, small strands of DNA, and other proteins and peptides. And that's the way cells communicate. Stem cells do the same thing. They bud exosomes, and this is what is being harvested, and this is what you get when you say, I got exosomes with me. So those exosomes come from stem cells. But also, exosomes are produced by cancer cells. And that's the way cancer, travels. That's the way cancer metastasizes. And so it's the same principle that every cell uses, but in this case, it's a concentrate of exosome coming from the stem cells. This is what we use. Okay. Any other questions?
Exosome. So is exosome also beneficial for the anti-aging?
Yes. What is found is that exosomes and PRP works in the short run. It has anti-inflammatory effects, and their action is rather quick, rather fast, but it's short-lived. Short-lived. Talking about maybe a couple of months or so. Like stem cells, gets into your body, start reproducing, and in the meantime, it starts producing exosomes, send into your body, and that's why the effect of the stem cells are long-lasting. Maybe about 6 to 9 months. And then the stem cell dies, and then, the cycle, you have to start a cycle again. But in this case, for example, when you receive stem cells into your joint for arthritis, or for meniscal problems, the principle there is that the stem cells are going to become the tissue that is broken. And so the healing is going to happen at that level, that might be permanent, okay? So if the stem cells becomes cartilage, then if you have a meniscus tear or you don't have meniscus, then it could become a meniscus. And, obviously you might need to have 2, 3 treatments, who knows? but this is what is found. So, but in other situations, stem cell has a short-lived, a short lifespan of several months, but it's not going to be there forever.
Doctor, can I say
Yeah, sure.
I just want to share a story about one patient that had multiple back surgery. She has 3 surgeries in total in a period of about less than a year. Okay, first surgery, she's only complaining of back pain. She was ordered to have a spinal fusion. Unfortunately, that spinal fusion, the appliance applied to her back was rejected by the body. She got infected. So they need to operate it again. Open up just a few weeks after the first surgery. Open. Then they used, instead of foreign material, they used a bone graft, her own body. So the hope is not to be rejected. Unfortunately, it's not healing. No union on that bone-to-bone graft. Then the doctor, on the 3rd time, ordered a stem cell together with the bone graft. Then it helps. It was not rejected by her body. And then when I saw her, it's not because of the back pain. She's already complaining of other body part, like a knee pain. Sometimes it's like that. When you have a pain in one particular part of the body, although you have different problems, knee, hip, back, sometimes when the most problem area get fixed, another problem area that you will complain. You say, but how come I'm not feeling that pain, that much of pain? Because the pain threshold, it supersedes with one another. It's, with the gate control theory, whichever has the higher pain intensity enters first, that's what you perceive. Okay? So that's how, I just want to share you about, a real story about a patient of mine that used stem cell. That's why it really amazed me how these stem cells help those people. Yeah. So is there any question, guys?
Can we show the video?
Of course, yes. Pastor, can you please share your experience with the stem cell? And if you don't mind, tell us how much you pay for the stem cell.
Can I skip that part? Doctor, you don't realize my wife is here today. OMG. OMG. Anyway po, I'm Pastor A. I'm a pastor, but at the same time, I'm doing other things on the side. Faith asked, for me to share. Well, I did my stem cell back in the Philippines, but that company is connected to a company here in the U.S. So I did the paperwork here when I went to the Philippines, in Alabang in particular. That's where they had their clinic. So I did it. No particular complaints, no particular reason. I really don't know. It was just in my head to, a friend said, go ahead and try it. So I tried it back in September when I was there. And to be honest, I didn't feel any difference. But here's the kicker, because like 3 weeks ago, I did my lab exams. And to be honest, I wasn't living the healthiest of lifestyles. All the chocolates, all the candies, all the, Filipino stuff po, no? When you come into a gathering, I was actually looking for lechon. Wala yata today, but, all those unhealthy things. So I was doing that. But when my readings came back, amazingly, they were all in the green. So you're talking about the A1C, the cholesterol and all that stuff, they were all in the green. And in a lot of sense, that was a wake-up call for me. Sabi ko nga, no, Lord, if you're blessing me with this, I should take care of myself then. I feel like I have a really great chance at this. Would you believe po, I'm 45 years old? No, hindi po. I'm kidding. Dati pa, sir. Dati pa nga, 35 ang sabi ko eh. Yeah, no, I'm turning 50 this year. So invited po kayo, hanapin nyo na lang kung saan yung venue, but I can't say it in public. Ayan. So, anyway, that was good. My question, Faith, ito pala. Oh, Dr. Henrik, yung question mo, in my head, do you guys go through that? Like, you're thinking in your, should I say it or not? Is it proper? Is it gonna get me in trouble? Right? So, in the Philippines, that was $7,600 yung stem cell, yung procedure na yon. So, and true to what Faith was saying, I think it takes months, like 3-4 months, to really feel the optimum effect of it. Of course, it depends on your lifestyle, on your body, and all that. I think may question sa likod, nagsabi sa akin po, maybe pa, Dr. Henry can answer this. Being a regular person, we understand the need and the effectivity of stem cell. Ang question, I think the big question would be, can I afford it?
Well, to answer that great question, if I can afford it, if you love your life, definitely yes. Time is the most important time here in the, here in our, when we are living, time is, you cannot put a price in time. Okay? Imagine a life doing what you love. Okay? But every time that you bought, imagine just every time you bought a signature bag, it feels good for a week. Right? And how much are those bags? Those are not expensive. Those are not cheap. Quite expensive. But, we make this our, we are, the team with Dr. Tamashiro, Dr. Faulkner. We want to make this affordable for everyone. Not only to the athlete, famous people, to the powerful politicians. We want to make this accessible to everyone. So, what we do is we partner with a credit company that can finance it half of the price. But before that, we offer, could be the lowest price of the stem cell in the country. Just to give you an idea, regular price here in the U.S. is around $7,500 to $10,000. In Europe, it starts from $10,000 to $15,000. In Mexico, it starts around $3,900. Okay, with the Blue Zone, we have $5,000. Together with that, we have, other services included. Myers cocktail, M-scalp treatment, and shockwave therapy. Those are, to help you to alleviate the pain. The M-scalp treatment usually costs about $500 to $800. Shockwave treatment usually costs about $300 to $500. That's all inclusive on that starting package. Now, if you get that, you just have the half of the price, which is $2,500, less than a purse, maybe an entry-level Louis Vuitton, right? So, and then, you can finance it if you like. But think about this. It's just like a cup of coffee every day. Okay, a small. But for me, it's the price is something you had to take care of your body. Sometimes you always tell your friend or your family member, go to the doctor immediately when they tell you there's some problem. But for yourself, you will wait. This is the mentality I always analyze. When you have a back pain, knee pain, or problem with your body, you will always say, I will wait for a week. Then 2 weeks, still there. But imagine this. If you chip your tooth, the next day you will be in the dentist. You don't want to you don't want to walk around with a broken tooth. But the problem with our body, if you keep on delaying taking care of your body, internal problem can arise. Imagine a nerve compression. It's deprived of the oxygen in your body. Those nerves, you don't know if how long it's been being compressed. So please take care of our body. Thank you.
Just one more testimonial. I want to call Dr. Alma also. But Pastor A, you have a question? Would the what? Yes, yeah. The clinic actually will help you with financing. You know, I'm a nonprofit leader, and I'm always here to help people. And I see people getting stem cells because they said they're the only one that can afford it. The rich people can afford it, right? So us, the low moderate income, we suffer. And the Blue Zone Health Solutions is built to help your pains go away. But stem cells is not just going to help it, right? You really have to change your lifestyle. And someone, you know, always tells me, oh, I cannot do that. Pangmayaman lang yan. Please, don't ever say na pangmayaman lang yan for the rich people. Because Blue Zone Health Solutions, as far as I'm concerned, we're going to be here to help anybody that has a sciatica, that has arthritis, that has a neck problem, that has a that foot famous, Naku, hirap na pronounce yun. Gout. That's easier, right? I mean, knee problem, hip problem. Please do not wait. If we have to give you payments to get this done, do it. This is what I'm so proud about the Blue Zone Health Solutions. They're not here just to really make money. Yes, of course they do. Everybody wants to do that. But our priority is to ensure that you're not going to wake up in the morning feeling the pains and then waking up in the middle of the night complaining. And then also, this is good for sex life. I am telling you because all of us, right, we forget about our relationship. And I'm just being practical. We need to ensure, see, he's raising his hand. You need to talk to your doctor. Oh, okay, I thought it's the erectical, something like that. But I'm really serious. And I know I'm on live Facebook right now. We're on YouTube. The stem cells is not an FDA approved, but this is where you really have to talk to the doctor. Do not listen to anybody, but talk to your doctor. Is this good for me? Is this going to be helpful for me? And our doctors, I mean, knowing Taka, who was the most ethical or the best ethical person, from Okinawa, Dr. Henrik, whom I cannot even walk before when I had sciatica. 2 days later, I mean, I'm back dancing my Zumba because I cannot live without doing my 10,000 steps. And then Dr. Faulkner, and he's done over 600 stem cells. So Blue Zone Health Solutions might be new in California, but it's been in existence for 7 years now. And it's all about the doctor care, right? It's really about the doctor that cares for you. We all know that the doctor will spend only 10 minutes if you're lucky, right? 5 minutes, you're done. But I think this is the one that it's about preventive. Do not wait till you are really using cane and cannot walk and then you cannot sleep all night long. Do it now. And if you say it's expensive, like what Dr. Henrik is saying, $5,000, trust me, when you're in pain, $5,000 is nothing. And again, the financing, please don't ever think that money is the barrier for you not to be healthy. So before I call in Joey, which is so nice for us to entertain us a little bit, I just want to get one more testimony because Dr. Alma here just got her stem cells I think 3 weeks ago. So Dr. Alma, can you just share? I mean, this is unpaid, right? So Dr. Alma, can you please come?
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Alma Constantino. I'm a dentist by professional, and I'm doing my postgrad at University of California, Los Angeles. Just to let you know how I feel. I have sciatica because being a dentist, your position is one of the yun yung problem mo every day. Your head is stooping like this. You're putting the the foot control, yung kabilang paa mo. And I've been complaining to my husband a lot, which is Pastor Elaine. And I'm saying, I don't think I can finish my program. My program is 2 years sa UCLA. And I was telling him, I don't think I can finish this because it hurts. I have to wake up 3 o'clock in the morning just to stretch out. Ganun yung pain na nararamdaman ko. And going home, it's not fun. I tried changing my shoes, and not to be brag about something, I asked him, can I borrow your car? So I have to change my car kasi nahihirapan talaga ako sa pag-stop control. I have to use my left foot. Pag regular na kotse, you have to use your right foot para pag-traffic sa LA. So those are the things that I am trying to help na mawala yung pain until stem cell was being mentioned to me. I didn't know Elaine had stem cells when he went to the Philippines. He just tell it to me na, and I didn't even know the price. So when he mentioned about stem cell with them, I told Dr. Henrik and Dr. Taka, pain is very subjective. Your pain is different from my pain. When someone slap you in the face, that's 10. It really hurts. But to some people, that's 7. Because it's very subjective. And I was telling these doctors, when I do this, I want this to be scientific. I want data. I want results. I want to make a case study on this. Kasi madaling sabihin na, I feel good. I feel better now. But I want facts. Sabi ko sa kanilang ganun. And then, it's good. They are gonna help me to make a case study on this. So I got my lab result from before, and after 1 month, I'm trying to get my lab result to see what's the difference. I checked my range of motion, and by the way, after I had my stem cell, Dr. Henrik helped me with the therapy, yung shockwave na yun. Talagang when he saw me, my range of motion for my neck, I can't do this. It's really hard for me. Pero after 2 days nung nag-stem cell ako, he did the shockwave on me. He helped me with exercises. He sent me some videos that I need to do exercises at home. And to be honest with you, after 3 days, I feel better with my neck. Not, again, hindi dahil kaibigan ko sila or so, but I test it personally. I would say I'm very scientific. I want data. Ayoko yung kwento-kwento lang. Gusto ko yung ma-experience ko kasi malalaman mo yung result when you experience it. And then my range of motion, I was so happy. And I was telling my husband, salamat. Kasi na-meet ko sila. The range of yung pain ko when I do this, I can do it now even with my pain, although I need to have 5 more treatments, right, Doc? So that was just my first treatment. Still a little pain on the lower, I'll be honest with you. I would say my pain will be like from 8 before, I would still have 6. So after working from school, after doing the lab, I still have pain. I need to stand up, I need to stretch. But I only had my stem cell like last Saturday. So I want to see more of the result after 1 month. I want to see more result after 6 months, and we'll see. I'm not here to say this is a perfect solution, but so far as I experience, it's getting better. Maybe because of the therapy from Dr. Henrik. But we'll see. But again, I was telling them, I want data. I just don't want to be staying here that I feel better. I want data. I want specific data. And I mentioned this to my research doctor in UCLA. I said, Doc, I want to make a case presentation. And she told me, is it going to be published? For you to be published? That's like, no, it's very far from being published. I just said, I just want this data. Will this work for my case study? And he said, yeah, this will work. So we'll see. I would say maybe Faith, you should let me talk again after 6 months and let's see. But so far, the therapy and everything, I am so grateful for the therapy that I'm receiving. Maybe the stem cells not kicking up yet, but it works. Mawala lang yung pain mo. It's very important. Again, regarding money, na how would you finance it? You have to control how you manipulate your money. Come to think of it, you Starbucks, if you buy a Starbucks every day, it's like $5. So $5 working for 5 days, how much will that cost you? Let's say in a day, in 1 month, you'll be spending how many for food? Bumili ka lang sa Korean barbecue would cost you what, $35? So if you keep doing that every week, you do the math. I think in 1 year, I'm sure, makakagather ka ng $5,000. And again, it's your health. I am 49 years old. Hindi mo maibabalik yung time eh. That is one thing you cannot go back. Hindi mo kayang bayaran yung oras mo, hindi mo kayang bayaran yung panahon mo, pero kaya mong bayaran, maging mabuti yung katawan mo. So just like what Henry said, Dr. Henrik said, it's how you spend your money. If you can afford a designer bag, a Louis Vuitton bag, which he example last time, $5,000 or $3,000. Some people would even buy Hermes, you know. Sometimes it's so ridiculous, but yet when it comes to our health, medyo frugal tayo, medyo matipid tayo. Well, I bet pag lumabas ako dito, some of you are driving BMW and luxury car, but I mean, what is 5,000? Kung ma-extend mo yung buhay mo, you may extend mo yung health mo, and you will be out of pain. That's all I'm asking to Elaine. I just want to be out of pain, and I want to finish my program. So thank you for the therapy, Dr. Henrik. Thank you for the stem cell. And let's see, I want facts again.
Wow, excellent.
Thank you, sis. Just one quick thing. Usually, based on research, most of the people that that undergo stem cell, usually is the last resort. Commonly, we have terminal diseases. They will try everything. They go to stem cells. And so far, some have great favorable results. And that's well documented. So what I'm about to say, don't wait for that to be your case, to be the last resort enabled for you to get better. Prevention is the best medicine. And when is the best treatment? Today. Not tomorrow, not yesterday. Start today taking care of your body. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, doctors.